martial arts.
Who wins, Ronda Rousey or Gina Carano?
I'm gonna go with Ronda just because Ronda's been active in the sport. You know, what is it gonna be like when Gina Carano gets punched in the face? When's the last time she got punched in the face? Like, there's a difference when you 17 years away from the sport. That's
17 years.
17 years. That's a very long
time. I mean, I
time.
retired, and it feels like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Last time that I watched Gina Carano was against Cyborg, right? Long time ago. I don't even remember her style. And Ronda Rousey at one point was the name of women's MMA before she lost, right, to Holly Holm. So it's an interest fight. I think probably Ronda has the edge.
It's tough to know. Both of these ladies. Ronda seems very ferocious and, you know, ready to be mean in the ring and try to rip an arm off or something. And Gina is very, like, calm and collected. She's obviously been a businesswoman for so many years, in the limelight, a star. She's been a star for so many years. And she's been real, like, you know, kind of quiet on this promotion for this fight because, you know, what else does she have to do other than show up? But I don't think either one of these ladies wants to lose. I think they both want to win. So it's tough. I'm kind of leaning more towards Ronda winning because she's the more experienced fighter.
Absolute banger women's fight. The fight that everyone wanted that they didn't know they wanted. It's Gina Sexy Carano versus Ronda Sexy Rousey. And who's going to be the more sexy winner? I have zero idea what Gina Carano is like. I've never seen a fight. I have no idea. I know she's kind of like a legend in the women's space and like was like one of the first. But Ronda, I know for a fact, I've seen it. She can't box against good strikers, but she can strike against people that can't strike, and she can armbar pretty much anybody. So I'm leaning towards Ronda Rousey. I think she's gonna get a finish. I think she's gonna get a armbar, and I think it's gonna be cool.
Gina hasn't fought forever, but it's not like you don't know how to fight.
Right.
You got to just knock the rust off.
Right.
So, I just seen that. I don't know. I seen on Instagram my buddy Chris Brennan who was on here.
Yeah.
We had a great talk.
Yeah.
I seen him working with Gina Carano.
Oh, is he? Okay.
So stuff like that's a good sign for Gina. That's before I talked to you. I didn't see that picture before I talked to you. So she's in good hands. But there's gonna be, I feel, such a difference because that's how much, if it hits the floor, which if Ronda's number one game plan should be.
Sure.
I feel that it should be a submission fairly quickly. And I think Gina's great. Fan of Gina. She's a beast. Ronda's great on the floor, not just good. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You don't agree with me?
I agree she's great on the floor. Final prediction right now, I guess you can change it down the line, but right now.
First round submission, Ronda Rousey. Or I'm gonna say arm lock.
Before I forget, who's winning? Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano?
Rousey.
I'm curious to see how that fight goes.
Yeah.
I wish we got to see it back when they were both like kind of in their primes.
Now, Gina Carano isn't some young spry buck. She's a 43-year-old gal. Again, a great fight for Ronda. Ronda's going to come out there, slip a jab, grab her headlock, toss her to the ground and armbar, probably in the first round. And she's going to get paid fat for it. Real fat. So that fight, I mean, people are like, whoa, it's not that sick of a fight. It's a one-sided fight. This is going to be a pretty one-sided fight because Gina Carano hasn't stepped in the cage since 2009.
I really want to win. I really want to win. But everything I've been through, I've gotten in shape and everything. Sitting here is a victory. I get a victory every single day. Walking out to that cage is going to be a victory. Having that first punch is going to be a victory. Every little victory. But no, I'm not. I wouldn't have taken this fight, if I thought I couldn't win, and I do believe I can. if I bring, Ronda's been waiting to fight me for a very long time. I don't want to disappoint. I want her to feel everything I have. I want her to feel like what she's been chasing for, as long as she's been chasing me. I want her to understand.
Gina is something secretive or something quiet going on, but that's like, she's gonna be intense. She's gonna have something intense and have something that gives Ronda trouble. So she could win for sure.
Look, she's in good shape, Gina, and she's pretty, so she's gonna sell tickets by her looks. Now, she was a good fighter too. She wasn't the best. She wasn't a Ronda Rousey level. Ronda Rousey's far more trained, but Ronda Rousey's smaller. And we all know Ronda Rousey's not a good striker. Okay, her striking is not her bag. Okay. Can Carano stop the takedown? And if she does get taken down, I'm assuming she'll get taken down here and there. Can she scramble back up to her feet? If so, she could beat Ronda. Now we have a good fight. One is more trained, the other one's bigger and stronger and seems to be able to defend the ground. What kind of shape are these girls in? I have no idea, but I would assume Ronda's been training around the clock. Ronda takes this stuff more seriously. Gina, she doesn't need to fight, but maybe she's just training. Guys, Ronda's trained at the Olympic level. She knows how to train with her heart and soul. She knows how to put everything into a training camp. I don't think Gina ever hit those levels of training camp. I don't think so. Okay, so it's going to be an interesting fight. We're all going to tune in. Everybody's going to complain about it. I'm not complaining about it. I want to watch the fight. I'm telling you guys. I want to watch the fight because I don't know who's going to win. And I'm intrigued to see what kind of shape and prep they're going to go through. What are they going to look like?
I'm excited for them to have this opportunity to cash out and put on a show. Neither one's going to take it easy on the other. I know that. They might be all friendly and buddy-buddy now. Gina's always been that way, and she never tried to take it easy on anyone before. Nothing's going to change. She's married to Kevin Ross. He's a fucking animal. I think mentally they're on the same wavelength. If you have one that's just a stone cold killer and Kevin Ross, she's very similar in that way.
People are like, is this fight real? I'm like, what in the hell kind of question is that? Like, why wouldn't we just like go to the WWE or do like a movie?
Yeah.
Like, what would be the purpose?
Yeah.
Like, this is a sanctioned fight. Me and Ronda are going in there, and I think that we both think that we're gonna win. I think she thinks, I think she's thinking she's gonna roll over me, and I don't think that's the case at all. That's not how I've seen it. That's not how it's played out in my mind.
Yeah.
The way it's played out in my mind is so. That's not the case.
When Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano were announced to fight on Netflix, I immediately my ears perked up, because now that's information, right, that most people that live in the mixed martial arts space would pay attention to. Hey, I understand that there is a section of fan that will say this should have happened so many years ago because they're both retired. They've both been retired in the way that they left mixed martial arts did not look good. Guys, remember, the way they left mixed martial arts was losing to two of the greatest female fighters of all time. I'm talking Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborg. They didn't get beat by a whole bunch of people on the way out. But again, you have to kind of pay attention to that and pay attention to mixed martial arts to recognize and remember that they didn't just get ran out the door by some random women. They got beat by two of the most elite female fighters of all time.
But what I'll say is this: Ronda is a vastly better athlete than Gina Carano. Yeah. Gina Carano trained because she was dating Kit Cope and went to the gym, and one of the Thai trainers called her fat. That's why she started training. Ronda is the
Which
child.
Which is incredible because that's what Ronda did for this fight.
I know.
If you saw Ronda's comments, like, she looked kind of fat, so I thought we should fight.
I know. She's like, I saw her how fat she was. I wanted to do something for her. I was like, okay, maybe don't tell the public that if you want to do something for her. But the point I'm trying to make is Ronda is a way better athlete. I favor Ronda in this contest unless she's completely shot from getting her lights punched out.
I do care about this matchup. They're two of the biggest names in women's MMA history. Ronda Rousey being one of the biggest names, as I said, male, female, whatever. You can line them up. Ronda Rousey is one of the biggest stars combat sports has ever had. I'm compelled by the idea of them competing, and I don't think this is like a foregone conclusion of well, the younger person automatically wins. Now, if I sit here and analyze the fight, do I think that Ronda Rousey is going to win? Yes, but I picked Ronda Rousey in every single fight she's ever had. So that's not really like breaking news. But I think this is in a different tier than a Mike Tyson and a Jake Paul from from a competition perspective.
I don't think too many guys are truly excited about chicks that are no longer in their prime fighting. You know, I love Gina Carano. I think she's a hell of a stud. She opened up the doors for people like Ronda and, you know, Amanda and all these people. Gina was like the first superstar of the women. So I always have nothing but respect and love for Gina. And obviously Ronda blew it out the gate, took the UFC to another stratosphere as far as popularity goes and all that. But I think they're tooting the horn a little bit too much. Because, you know, this is like 10 years later and people don't really care for that right now, I think, so much. But we're gonna see if I'm right or I'm wrong. I'm not trying to hate on that fight at all. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna tune in.
Ronda could, in fact, be damaged goods. She had a lot of quotes that make it, I won't say overly concerning that this fight is happening, but like, you should raise an eyebrow that Ronda's fighting again after some of the stuff she has previously said. But like, and Gina Carano, for her many faults, can hit, right? She's a big woman, she can crack a little bit, so that could happen. Like, this isn't the best thing we've ever seen, but we're all gonna have a good time watching it, and in the end, you know, Ronda will win and maybe she'll fight again, and that will be cool. Like, that will be a interesting thing to have happening in the sport right now.
I think not enough people are saying about this particular matchup is there's nothing really to lose for both of them, in the sense that it's not like they've got 10 more years of fighting left. So you can almost kind of go for broke here, right? You're not trying to build a career here. This is your chance to right a wrong if you're both of them, because they both left on losses. And I feel like that's really interesting.
I mean, ask John Wood, like, if you have like females sparring in the gym, like, it's really hard to go heavy. Like, women just like, they cut that, you know, emotional thing off, and they just like, it's me or you. And Ronda has that, I have that, most of the girls in the gym have that, like, you know, so it's just kind of like you know, we're gonna fight. And do I want anybody to get hurt? No, but it's definitely a possibility.